Well, hello and welcome to interval notations. And it's an iGCSE GCSE type exercise or topic. Now, in this uh, presentation here, I've got 3 slides and I've got exercises, 2 exercises. One in slide 2 and the other one in slide 3. So here we go. And there's not much difference between interval notation and inequalities except in the symbols used. Right. Now, in this case here, where we've got that x is greater than 6, uh, for inequalities, we write it as, or show the symbols in this manner here. You got a red circle, not filled in, pointing towards the right hand side, but pointing towards infinity. Now, in interval notation, you can write this as similar thing again, your number line, except that you write your notations, because my slide, okay, you write this in this manner here, a curved bracket 6 or curved parenthesis 6, comma, plus infinity. In other words, it's not equal to 6, it's greater than 6, and less than infinity because it cannot reach infinity. So you write this at bracket 6, comma, plus infinity there. That's what you got there. And on the number line, you would denote this as in this fashion here. So you got a curved bracket at 6 with the arrow pointing towards infinity. That's the main difference. Another example, if you've got that x is less than or equal to -4 in inequality symbol, you write this as, in the number line, you have a filled circle at the point -4 pointing towards the left hand side or pointing towards infinity. Again, this would be, in interval notation, you're going to have this here. Similar thing again. Right. Now, again, you've got a square bracket after the 4, showing that it is equal to 4. Okay. And less than minus infinity because you never get to infinity as such. Now, note here that this one here is half open. So it's this one here. So this one is fully open. And this is half open here. Half open. Moving on, another example. We've got x is greater than or equal to 4. And in inequalities, you write this with a closed circle at the point 4, pointing towards the right hand side. In interval notation, instead of the closed circle, you have a square bracket. Again, pointing to the right hand side for plus infinity. Again, note the square bracket there, just before the 4, and the open bracket after plus infinity there. Again, this is a half open case there. Right, moving on. Again, I've got 4 columns here: notation, type, inequality, and graph. So, for notation, I've got square bracket 3, comma 7, square bracket 7. And this is closed. And for inequality, you write this as x is greater than or equal to 3, because you've got a square bracket there, and less than or equal to 7. Again, equal because you've got a square bracket there. The graph will look something like this one here. You've got to have square brackets at both ends on the number line there. So that will be x is greater than or equal to 3 and less than or equal to 7. Right. Next example, for notation, we've got bracket, curved bracket, -3 and 1, and then curved bracket again. Again, this is an open situation, so x is greater than -3 and less than 1. So on the number line, we'll show this as 2 curved brackets there, one at -3 and one at 1. So this will be x is less than minus 3 and, sorry, x is greater than minus 3 and less than 1. And the next one on this slide, we've got 4 minus 4, 0. Square bracket minus 4, comma, 0, curved bracket, half open, and in inequality symbols, in inequality terms, you read this as x is greater than or equal to minus 4 and less than 0. And on the number line, we have something like this one here. Square bracket at minus 4 and curved bracket at 0. Now, next slide. Right, okay. In the first of my two exercises, this is the first one here, and it says that in an iGCSE Russian exam, there are 3 papers with a total mark of 300 points, obviously 300 points. In order to get an A star, a candidate has to achieve a mean score of 92 marks. In papers 1 and 2, Raheem scored, excuse me, pointer, sorry, right. In papers 1 and 2, Raheem scored 85 and 96 respectively. How many marks does Raheem need to score in paper 3 in order to get an A star? Express your answer using interval notation. Okay, now what I've said is let x be the minimum mark that Raheem scored in paper 3. So we then have that 85 plus 96 plus x will be 3 times 92 because the mean score required is 92 for all 3 papers. So when you do your arithmetic, you have that x is equal to 276 minus 181. So that gives us an x value. So Raheem has got to score. So x is 95. Now, 95 is the minimum mark that Raheem has got to score. So we write in this form here, square bracket 95, because he can get 95 and still get his A star. He can get 195 and still get his A star. But he can also get 100. So the range is between 95 and 100. So on the number line, this will be written in this format here. So Raheem can score 95 or more than 95. He can also score 100. Now, in inequalities, you write this as x is greater than or equal to 95 or less than or equal to 100. That's how we should write this in inequalities, using inequality symbols there. On the number line, you probably write this as a line with 2 closed circles at 95 and at 100. So this is the type of question you get in iGCSE or GCSE higher tier or even AS level for interval notation. Now, I've got some more examples here on how to write the symbols. Okay, suppose you got a situation where you solve the problem and you got that x is greater than 2 and x is less than 3. So clearly, it cannot have both. So what you then do, in the first instance, where x is greater than 2, you have that there. If you call that set A, that's one set, as you do in I don't know, your Venn diagram, for instance. So that's a set A. And for set B, you have that here. And that was x is less than 3 in set B. And in set A, x is greater than minus 2. So anything beyond 3 will not be valid for this problem. Okay, and anything beyond minus 2, anything less than minus 2 is no good. So if you combine these two, if you combine set A and B, you have this here. So this region is the intersection of set A and B. Now you write this in this fashion here, and this is set A. We've got values such that x greater than minus 2 intersection values are such that x is less than 3. When you combine these two, sets, that's what you get there. So that is the intersection of set A and set B. And that is how you write this down. Now moving on, some exercises. So some more examples, sorry. Now again, we got two solutions. We got two sets of solutions there for a given problem here. In one set, we got that x is less than or equal to 3, sorry, equal to minus 3, and again, x is greater than or equal to 3. Now, on the number line, you have this here. But in interval notation, you write this as curve bracket minus infinity, comma 3, which is depicted in red, union square bracket at 3, and curve bracket after infinity there. Okay, so that's how we show this in interval notation. Now, you can also write this as this way here. You can either put union sign there or the or sign there. Doesn't matter which way around you do it. But preferably, this is the better of the two in interval notation. Okay. Now, next slide. Right. Exercise 2 in this interval notation presentation. It says, in order to make a profit, the sales income S of a car dealer has to exceed his cost C. And it then says the number of cars sold in any 1 week is Y. And the sales income is shown by 54Y. And his cost in any particular week is shown by 23Y plus 150. Don't forget that Y is the number of cars sold in 1 week. So, what is the range of cars he should sell in order to make a profit? Okay. Now, to make a profit, S, the sales income, has got to be greater than the costs incurred. So X is greater than C. And we know that S is 54Y and C is 23Y plus 150, which gives us that 31Y is greater than 150, which has a Y value, or which gets a Y that starts from Y is greater than 4.83. Now, you cannot have 4.83 cars. So the minimum he's got to sell is 5 cars, and he can sell as many cars as possible. So he's got to sell at least 5 cars, and he can sell any more cars he can supply that week. There's no limit. Or you can also write this as curve bracket 4, that is greater than 4. And if it's greater than 4, so it has to be 5 minimum. So you can write it as curve bracket 4, comma, plus infinity. So either of these two is correct. So it can either be square bracket 5, comma, 4 plus infinity, or it can be open bracket 4 because it's greater than 4 up to infinity. Okay, and I hope that made some sense, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and bye bye now.